So here's why you should aspire to live a boring life. The other day I had a medical emergency. One of my friends, I had to take them to the hospital basically, and I did something that I normally don't do. I got out of my routine. So as you guys can see, if you've been following my channel for a while, I do live in a content house here in LA. It's me and 4 other creators slash influencers. We all do YouTube, TikTok, Reels. Some of the guys own clothing brands. Some of the guys own like actual businesses here in California. But what we have here is a perfect content compound where we hold a routine. Every day during the day, we'll wake up, we'll do some type of short form content, YouTube videos. Throughout the middle of the day, maybe we'll get in the pool for a little bit, we'll lounge around, kind of recap some of our goals and things that we want to do, like aspirations pushing forward. And then usually at the end of the night, a lot of us are musicians as well too, we'll record and make music. Now when I had to take my friend to the hospital, I was there. I basically went after one night. I bartended as well too. I was there from 1 a.m. after I got out bartending to about 6 p.m. the next day. So that's like what, maybe like 17 hours at the hospital. And while I was there, I felt a little bit conflicted, I'm not gonna lie, and I feel kind of messed up for saying it, because 1, I was there to help my friend out, you know, they really needed me there in the hospital, but 2, I felt kind of bad because I got myself out of my routine. I have, not really, I wouldn't say perfect, but almost perfect routine tailored in to make sure that I'm my most creative, my most physically healthy, my most physically fit self every day. And when I was at the hospital, I was like, dang, like this is gonna mess up my sleeping schedule, my sleeping routine's gonna be off, my fitness routine's gonna be off, my content creation routine's gonna be off. As you guys can see, I didn't post yesterday. Actually, I think I didn't post for the last 2 days. So it made me realize and remembered how good a boring life can be. When I'm here at the content house, sometimes I'll be here 4 or 5 days in a row where I don't have to leave, I don't have to go to work or anything. And usually by the 3rd or 4th day, I start to get a bit antsy. I have such a good routine and it's really tailored in to make sure that I'm my most productive and creative self. But because of it, I'm not out partying. I'm not out going doing all these crazy things where maybe you have to like be up to 6 a.m. going to the club with your friends, or you have like a crazy night. But from the night at the hospital, it made me realize that having a boring life, a life that doesn't take you away from your routine, is actually a good thing, because it makes sure that you stay on the path. If you're a young man, if you're like me watching this, I'm 24 years old, so you're probably around the same demographic, age range, whatever. You probably do have some pretty big goals, and you don't really get to those goals from having a bunch of like crazy wild experiences, a bunch of wild nights. Now a lot of people will be like, oh, you're young, you should go out and still enjoy things and enjoy, like, you know, just being young and crazy. But you can't really have one and the other. You kind of have to pick and choose. Do you want to have like those crazy fun experiences, whatever, but you have those late nights where you're drinking, smoking, so you wake up the next day hungover, you're not gonna go to the gym, now you're already back behind, like you're not on your regular regular schedule of like recording content or editing content? Or are you gonna have that routine? Are you gonna have those things and those systems set in place where it's gonna make sure you do what you're supposed to do? I call them 4 walls. They're 4 walls that I've set for myself, pillars to make sure that I stay within the confines of doing the things that I know that I need to do. Which leads to another topic, which I'll probably talk about a little bit more in another video, but it really all comes down to sacrifice. Who's ever willing to sacrifice the most? So for me, I'm willing to sacrifice going out, indulging in pleasure and chasing women, and even doing things that I really like to do. Like I really like to drink, but I haven't drank for like the last month because I've sacrificed it, knowing that like, okay, if I'm drinking at night, while I wake up the next day, even if I have 1 beer, I wake up the next day feeling a little bit sluggish. I wake up feeling a little bit like I have brain fog. I woke up feeling a little bit hungover. And that's gonna degrade my work rate for that next day, so I'm sacrificing it. So I would say, guys, chase a boring life. Make sure you sacrifice things, because if you're not willing to do that, then another guy is willing to do that. Another guy is willing to make those sacrifices. Another guy is willing to live a boring life, and that person will surpass you. So not a negative video by any means, guys. Just trying to give you a little bit of motivation. Again, I don't feel bad going to help my friend out in the hospital, but that made me think about this topic, and I wanted to share it with you all. So comment down below if you guys do agree with it. Even if you don't, I want to hear your thoughts on it. If you guys did resonate with this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on that post notification bell, because I do post videos like this every single day. And if you guys like today's video, check out this video about why it's a brilliant idea to watch it, to start a YouTube channel, even if nobody watches it. I love you guys, and I'll speak with you soon. I'll see you tomorrow.